39 bodies found inside a California mansion, all dressed alike, all lying in rows. March 1997 marked the largest mass suicide in modern United States history. Purple shrouds covered their faces, Nike sneakers on their feet. Beside each body, a small bag with IDs and cash. This was not crime, it was ritual. They were members of Heaven's Gate, a cult led by Marshall Applewhite. Convinced Earth was doomed, and that salvation required leaving their bodies to join a spacecraft behind the Hale Bopp comet. Neighbors said they were quiet, polite, computer-savvy. Few suspected what was happening inside the mansion. Behind closed doors, preparations for mass suicide were carefully underway. The scene was orderly. No struggle. Investigators confirmed phenobarbital mixed with applesauce or pudding, vodka to wash it down. Plastic bags tied over heads ensured death once unconsciousness set in. Medical examiners said the deaths took place over 3 days. Victims died in groups. Those still alive arranged the bodies, then took the poison themselves. Marshall Applewhite was among the last to die. 39 dead, 21 women, 18 men, ages from 26 to 72. Most had abandoned families, jobs, identities. Their loyalty to Heaven's Gate defined their final act. Heaven's Gate began in the 1970s, founded by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. They called themselves Do and Tie. Preaching Earth would be recycled, and true believers could ascend to the next level. Applewhite claimed he and Nettles were messengers of higher beings. Human bodies, he said, were vehicles. To reach salvation, one must abandon the container and ascend to a perfected form. Nettles died in 1985 of cancer. Applewhite continued alone. He told followers Nettles had ascended, proving death was not the end. Her absence only strengthened his demand to shed the body. By the 1990s, the cult moved online. They launched heavensgate.com, posting their teachings, offering web design under the name Higher Source. It became one of the first internet-era cults. Inside the group, individuality was erased. Identical clothes, identical haircuts. Members severed family ties. They lived as an anonymous crew preparing for departure. Applewhite warned Earth's destruction was imminent. Only a skateboard, a spacecraft hidden behind the Hale Bopp comet. But to join, followers had to abandon their human containers. In 1997, Hale Bopp blazed across the sky. Rumors spread of an object trailing behind it. Applewhite declared it was the ship they had awaited. The signal to leave Earth had arrived. Days before members recorded farewell tapes. Smiling, calm, convinced. They called their deaths graduation. No fear. Only certainty that they were leaving Earth for the next level. Uniforms were prepared, black shirts, sweatpants, Nike, decades, sneakers. Each wore an armband, Heaven's Gateway Team. Borrowed from Star Trek, it symbolized a mission to the stars. The method was systematic. Barbiturates mixed with pudding or applesauce. Vodka to swallow. Plastic bags tied over heads after sedation. Each step followed with precision. Autopsies confirmed phenobarbital poisoning. Empty prescription bottles were collected. Vodka bottles. Food containers found nearby. No evidence of struggle or force. Every participant appeared willing. The deaths came in waves, 15 at a time. Survivors cleaned the rooms, covered bodies with purple shrouds, then joined the ritual themselves. Marshall Applewhite, 65, died among his followers, identified later by dental records. The shepherd lay silent beside his flock. When police entered, the house was quiet. No chaos, no panic, only rows of perfectly placed bodies. Authorities called it the most organized mass suicide they had ever seen. News cameras circled above. Headlines screamed cult suicide. 39 dead in Rancho Santa Fe became a global story overnight. Reporters fixated on the details. Purple shrouds, black Nike sneakers, small bags with $5 bills and quarters. Ordinary objects turned into chilling symbols. Nike immediately discontinued the Decades line. Families received farewell letters. Many read, "We are happy. Do not grieve. We are going to a better place." For parents, the words deepened the pain. Two former members spoke out. They said Applewhite's control was absolute. Belief in ascension stronger than fear of death. To insiders, suicide was liberation, not loss. Computer logs showed meticulous planning. Schedules, instructions, roles. Nothing suggested hesitation. It looked like an operation carried out step by step. Public reactions clashed. Some horrified, others mocking. Late-night shows joked about sneakers and shrouds, but sociologists warned ridicule hides the real danger of manipulation and control. Scholars compared it to Jonestown 1978 and Waco 1993. Yet Heaven's Gate stood apart. Calm execution, digital recruitment, space-age theology. A unique collision of technology, belief, and apocalypse. The mansion at 18241 Colina Norte became infamous. After investigations, it was demolished. Today, another home stands there, but the address remains linked forever to tragedy. HeavensGate.com remains online. Maintained by surviving members not present at the suicide. Original writings. Applewhite's videos and teachings are still preserved. Researchers documented the cult's obsession with science fiction. Extraterrestrials, spacecraft, new bodies, Star Trek, and New Age ideas shaped their theology. Fantasy mixed with prophecy. Applewhite's final messages spread widely. He spoke calmly, calling the act joyful, declaring the comet's arrival as the moment of transition. Followers echoed his words in their farewell tapes. The medical examiner's report confirmed suicide. Barbiturate, ingestion, suffocation. No signs of violence. It remains a central historical record of the event. The FBI archived evidence, uniforms, videotapes, manuals, computers, artifacts now studied by scholars. Pieces of a cult that ended itself in pursuit of salvation. For families, the wound never healed. Some formed support groups. Others remained silent. Many admitted they never understood how their children surrendered everything to Applewhite's vision. Heaven's Gate is remembered as the first internet cult. They used websites, emails, and digital outreach. Decades before social media, they proved online tools could recruit and radicalize. Sociologists emphasize the voluntary nature. Unlike Jonestown, there were no guns, no threats. Members smiled in farewells. They believed completely. The images remain unforgettable. Nike sneakers, purple cloths, farewell tapes, ordinary objects turned into global symbols of tragedy. Survivors who left before 1997 live with guilt. Some said they abandoned friends. Others said leaving saved their lives. Their testimonies help explain the group's power. Scholars note apocalyptic groups thrive during cultural anxiety. The Hale Bopp comet became the perfect canvas, a cosmic event onto which Heaven's Gate projected salvation. Marshall Applewhite's trembling voice still echoes in recordings. He warned Earth would be recycled and urged followers to depart. Persuasive, relentless final. In popular culture, Heaven's Gate appears in films, books, and music. It symbolizes blind faith and the dangers of prophecy mixed with despair. Experts argue isolation and reinforcement overrode reason. Members were not insane. They were convinced. Faith replaced survival. Historians rank Rancho Santa Fe beside Jonestown. A reminder of how fragile judgment can be. 39 people lost to belief. The comet passed. No spaceship appeared. 39 lives ended under purple shrouds. The Heaven's Gate tragedy remains a permanent chapter in American history.